Shalom. Call hello Allah Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, which means all praises to Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who you people in the world ignorantly call God. Bahashim, in the name of Yahweh Shah, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who you people in the world ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Once again, the true names of Heavenly Father, his only begotten Son, is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. Shalom also to you, Akim, you brothers that's pushing and spreading this word throughout the four corners of the earth, who's also uplifting the names Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Shalom to you, Akim. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners, the speckled bird, man, woman, and child, whose bloodline traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers. Though you may look like the heathen nations you're scattered amongst, which the heathen nations, as you see on this chart, the nations start from 2 on down. Those are the heathen nations. Also, if your bloodline, your lineage goes back to these people, as you see on this chart, through the man. And if your spirit bear witness with this word, this truth, and you can receive it to the speckled bird, man, when the child this does apply to you, you are Israelites, though you do look like the heathen nations you're scattered amongst due to the scattering of these people in this chart. So once again, you will have Israelites come looking like the other nations, but they're indeed Israelites because they're under the curses of Deuteronomy 28, the 15th verse on down. Their spirit bear witness with this word that they're the sons and daughters of Yahweh Shema Shah. And most importantly, their lineage goes back to these people through the man. No matter what they come looking like, if their father's an Israelite, that makes them an Israelite as well. To the few Akwafi, few like sisters that do listen, learn, believe, and have respect towards your husband, Shalom. To the elect of Israel, Shalom to you as well. To you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, you are the Hebrew Israelites, the chosen people, the Most High Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, who the world only calls Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shah. All right, we're gonna just a real quick update. All right, what's going on? But we're gonna play, Dabu 7-7 on these COVID camps that they're planning to which they already probably have them up. They're just not active, but let's just let the clip talk. All right.
This is Dabu 7. For the longest time, we've talked about the possibility of martial law and of camps set up in this country. For the longest time, it got scoffed at, called conspiracy, and rejected. We now have these camps being rolled out not only in Canada and other countries, but it's being proposed right here in this country, in the state of New York. These detention centers for those that don't want to get the jab. It's happening. Everything everyone said, it'll never happen. It's not possible. There'll be a revolution before that happens. Well, here we are.
Let's get that. All right, let's start off with that. All right. So this was, the biggest joke on earth, man. Something like this will happen, especially in America, man. Okay? That's what people believe, man. All right. Let me I start with James 4 and I'm gonna get the other scripture. Okay? Because this the mindset that these people was in at one point. This says James 4:12 says there's one lawgiver who is able to save and to destroy. Or thou that thou judges another. Alright? Go to now. Ye that say today or tomorrow you will go into such a city and continue there a year and buy and sell and get gain. Alright? Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time, then vanisheth away. Alright, these people got a YOLO spirit on them. These people think, they got, just because they got a set, things that they want to do, that they're gonna live with. I'm gonna do this before this happened. No. Alright, the Most High is in control of everything. Alright? For ye that ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. Right? But now ye rejoice in your boastings, all such rejoicing is evil. Alright, that spirit of that's not gonna happen. If it happens, it's gonna happen, 20, 40, 50 years down the line, I'm gonna be dead, all that madness, man. Alright? No. Alright? We're gonna get settled on their leads real quick. Alright? We're gonna go back to Dabu. This is Zephaniah. Let's just go to that chapter. Alright. No point reading that one scripture. Zephaniah 1 and 8. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day, in the day of the Lord, which is Jacob's trouble, which you Israelites, you're Jacob, all right, or the Lord's sacrifice, that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such are clothed with strange apparel. All right, and the princes of our people are what? These rappers, these entertainers, you know, people like these politics, these so-called black, you know, and people politicians of color. All right, you got all these people being taken out, man. All right, Lord is getting rid of them. He's starting with the princes of the house of Israel, or the so-called, you know, leaders of the house of Israel that he's not dealing with. And the same day also will I punish all those that leap on the threshold, which fill their man's house with this house with violence and deceit. All right. And it says, and it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemashah, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and hollering from the second, a great crash on the hills is going into your stock market. All right. The whole economy, the economic you know, system collapsing, which is collapsing right now. This is why Esau, he's just gonna come with the Maxine, the chip. To anybody that don't know that, this is why this is happening. Because you will understand, you like, why is all this happening? Just anybody, why is all this happening all of a sudden? That's what he's doing, man. All right, he's trying to he's destroying his own economy. All right, and he's gonna get rid of the dollar as it's working, and he's gonna bring in what people call a digital, you know, currency, and it's gonna be the RFID chip, the mark of the beast. Okay, that's what he's doing, but he really doesn't understand that the Lord's making him do that just so the Lord could just overthrow him. He's really overthrowing himself. All right, he's giving the Lord that opening. You know, the Lord's gonna come in and intervene, man. It says, how ye inhabitants of Mac test for all the merchant people out are cut down, and all that build silver are cut off. Now here's the point, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem, you Israelites, with candles, and punish the men that are settled on their leads, man. All right, real quick, because this is why this is happening. All right, the Lord is finna to bring down the lofty, man, the wicked, man, the pride, you prideful people, man. All right. It says right here for the leads, it says Shemer, leagues, dregs. It says something preserve the sellings, plural only, of wine. And what do you do when you drink wine? You kick back, man. You relax, man. All right. You know, you in that state of mirth. All right. And the Lord's gonna punish people like that. People that have that mindset, you know, that nothing can happen to this place because it's America. All right, that can only happen outside. You about to get judged, man. Unless you repent, you Israelites out there. It says that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil, man. All right? That's what you people believe. Your inward thoughts that your house will continue forever and ever. That's not the case anymore. All right? Because you see this man coming, all right, full blown with his agenda. All right? Somebody's roll pad with tags, God is my love, my first love. Okay. All right, let's go back to the video.
No revolution, and it's happening. So, a heads up to all of you that want to travel to, through, or live in New York State. They have this bill that would allow the government to detain you and put you in any little location.
And it's not just gonna be New York. New York and the three top cities, New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles, especially New York, because New York is like the capital city of America. All right. When people come to this country, they go straight to New York first. If not, you know. But usually when New York passes something, what happens? Everybody else follows. All right. So most likely, it's not just gonna be New York. It's gonna be It's gonna be global wide. All right. Dealing with America is gonna be nationwide. All right. This is what they're coming with. All right.
Location that they deem to be a housing facility for people like this. So Nick Perry pushed this bill, A416. It calls for the removal and the detention of individuals who are infected in a case, contact, or carrier type of situation of any type of contagious disease. So this can escalate to any other disease outside of this, any mutation down the road. This sets the stage to give them the excuse to scoop people up and house them at these places. I advise people start taking a good look around the cities and the states where they're at and take a real good look at what they're doing. If they're setting up prisons for you, just waiting, for you to slip up and this and that, you might want to think twice about where you're at. Some of these things are going to continue to snowball, and I do see a fractioning here in this country. They're taking it that way, and I do see at some point states breaking away on their own direction. That will be the split up of this country, and I believe it's all by design. But in all honesty, I'm not so sure there's much anyone's going to do to save that. Because when you have a bunch of people, say like California, thinking one way, people are leaving in droves going to somewhere like Texas, they are all of a sudden on polar opposite ends from one another. So you have these places starting to fill up with like-minded people, and then other places where I guess they have their like-minded as well, and it's really just splitting everyone just how they wanted it. So eyes open, man. We are in a battle, that is for sure. Make sure to join me on the live streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over on DLive exclusive, 9 p.m. Eastern, and also make sure to follow me over here on Parler. This is the feed where everything will be kicked out like an aggregated news feed. All my posts are kicked out right here.
Alright, so the point's made, man. Alright. So basically, alright, if you reject, okay, if you reject the vaccine, alright, they can label you basically a public health disaster. You're basically walking, how do I put it? You're a health hazard, a walking health hazard. That's how they're gonna label you. Basically, you're gonna be labeled, alright, a terrorist. Alright, that's how he's gonna label you. Alright, if you don't take his vaccines. Basically, he's trying to force, alright, you to take his vaccine. Because he knows, alright, you got the elect, they're not gonna take that. Alright, you have even these Edomites. You got a lot of people, they don't even want to wear the mask. So what makes you think they're gonna take the vaccine, man? Alright? See, the mask, like I always say, the mask was really just to see who, will bow down to this man's New World Order. Who wouldn't bow down to his New World Order. Alright? And they also brought division as well. This is what they coming with. If you don't take the vaccine, eventually the chip, alright, you're gonna be cast into prison, and eventually some are gonna be put to death. But let me get Revelations 12:12, because he's coming. This is him coming down. Let me get it. Alright. This is Revelations 12. I don't know why. Alright, there it is. Revelations 12. Actually, I started 10. I got this yesterday. Alright. This is Revelation 12:10. It says, "And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power." Who is this kingdom of salvation coming to? It's coming to the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. And Esau knows that. This is why Esau, alright, he wants you to take the Mac. And let me actually, you know what? Let me pause this right quick.
Acetaminophen fights pain in two ways. Advil targets pain at the source, while acetaminophen blocks pain signals. The future of pain relief is here. New Advil Dual Action.
Alright, so I just played, alright, the Dabu 77. He said that's taking place in New York. So this is Andrew Cuomo, which I think he's the Governor Andrew Cuomo. I always get him mixed up with de Blasio. You okay? But check this out.
I understand the cynicism and the skepticism. It is not without cause. The Tuskegee experiment is a terrible stain on the soul of this nation. The system.
Yeah, who was the Tuskegee experiment experimenting on? It was an experiment on you Jakes, man. Mainly Judah Benjamin Levi, man. So-called Negroes, man. Alright? That's who they experiment on. You see, and that's been coming up. Which they watch the videos. That's been coming up lately, the Tuskegee experiment. Alright? They know what they did. So they watch this snake. Alright? Watch this serpent. Talk like he knows, how you feel. He's been in your shoes. Watch this. Watch what he says, man. This dude's a devil. Alright, let me just play it.
Biases and injustices. But that is not true in the case of this vaccine. One of our pressing challenges is to make sure that the vaccine is made available fairly. COVID exposed many existing injustices in our society. It showed us the health disparities that exist and how many communities don't have fair access to health care. COVID showed that racism is a public health crisis also. COVID killed Black people in this country at 2 times the rate of white people. And Hispanic.
They're full of shit. All right. Now you do have Jake, that has, Jake. They don't eat good. They have bad health problems, which it goes back to the curses, because the curses is one that the Lord will cause pestilence, which is diseases, to cleave onto us. But Jake, because Jake don't want to put down that pork, Jake don't want to put down the shrimp. He's eat fast food all the time. Ignore the herbs. That's why they get sick like that. But at the same time, you gotta ask yourself, who's responsible for putting this type of garbage in the grocery stores in our neighborhoods? It's the people. It's these Edomites, man. All right, they're behind that. Okay, they don't teach you about the herbs and nothing in the schools. They're not gonna teach you because it doesn't benefit. All right, destroying you, and it doesn't benefit profiting them. Getting a lot of profit. All right, because a lot of their profit, a lot of these corporations' profit is basically made off Jake, man. Jake is the biggest consumer. All right, we the poorest people on the map, but we also the biggest consumer. All right, and they care so much about your health. Why don't they stop putting garbage in the communities? All right, why don't they stop creating GMO food? You see, that's why you always gotta, you gotta observe your enemy. Never trust our enemy, like Sirach the 12th chapter, the 10th verse say, man. All right.
Black people at 1.5 times the rate of white people. Testing for COVID was more available in richer, whiter communities, and the infection rate was higher in Black, Hispanic, and poor communities. This can't happen again, and it can't happen with this.
And one more thing, all right? I always say this as well, but they claim, they claim, that we had the highest infection rate. But what did it all start with? It started with Moab, the so-called Chinese, man. They was calling it the Wuhan, virus, all right? And then they said, the elderly people, what they say, the 70s and they 70s, they 60s and they 70s up. Then they just went automatically to you blacks, so you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And they've never stopped, with that narrative since, man. You gotta ask yourself, why is that? Why do they keep labeling, all right, you so-called Negroes, you Latinos, and you so-called Native American and Seminole Indians? Why do they keep doing that? All right, let me get a scripture real quick. It's because they know you the children of Israel. Then we're gonna come back to this. All right. They know you the children of Israel. Like I said, they know what we saying is true. They already had this information. It was just a matter of time before we obtained that. And now that we attained it, they hurt. All right. So their agenda, all right, for one, is to set the new order, but to also make sure you don't get free out of his hands. That's what it is at the end of the day. Okay. This is Psalm 64:1. It's a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, and my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. You're speaking of the elites, man. The elites of Edom, man. The elites of the heathen, period. But really, the elites of Edom, because they're the wicked. All right. Who wet their tongue like a sword and bend their bow to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, because they coming at you like, they coming at you like they they want to help you out, or they want to solve your issues when they create your issues. All right. But really, in secret, they're shooting at you. In secret, they want to destroy you. All right. This is all it is, man. It's all witchcraft. That's what Esau is about, witchcraft. All right. Nothing more. Okay. He's a murderer. He's a fugitive that's on the run. And a fugitive. What do the police tell you about a fugitive, man? All right. The longer that a fugitive has been on the run, the more dangerous it is, because he's going to want to, the longer he's been out, he's going to want to stay out for good, man. So he's going to do anything, to stay free, man. And that's what this devil is doing. All right. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. All right. They encourage themselves in the evil manner. They commune of land snares. Probably they say, who shall see them? All right. They're telling you, go get the test, take the vaccine. That's a trap. That's a snare. All right. A lot of people are getting messed up off of it, man. A lot of doctors now that they see all these other doctors that took it got sick, they like, we're not taking that. All right. So you got more doctors revolting against it. All right. So this is what they're doing. Okay. It says they search our iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. And what is the main thing they know of their diligent search? Where the Israelites, they're the Edomites. All right, meaning what? Us being the Israelites, meaning that Esau is the end of the world, and we're the beginning of the next one that followeth. He's not trying to go through that. All right, he's not trying to go down. He's not trying to go, okay, in the slavery on us. He's not trying to pay, okay, for what he's done on the planet Earth, man, and what he's done to us, man. All right, so they know what's coming. So this is why they're doing this. All right, this is why you are the target when it comes to this Maxine and then the chip, man. All right, so we're gonna play some more of what he got to say. Then we're gonna go back. All right.
This vaccine. In New York, we're committed to making the vaccine available to everyone, everywhere. We have a special task force headed by Attorney General Letitia James, National Urban League President Mark Morial, Secretary of State Rossana Rosado, and Healthcare First President Pat Wang. Your pastor, the Honorable Reverend Dr. Calvin Butts, a great talent, will serve on that task force. We are designing special portable units that can be pop-up vaccination sites and brought to public housing authorities, churches, and community centers around the state. I understand that people are skeptical about government. When I was a young boy watching TV with my grandfather, my father's father, every time a politician would come on TV, he would do this and make me change the channel. One day I asked him, I said, Grandpa, what's this? And he said, oh, politicians. That's all they do is talk, 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 and they do nothing.
Exactly.
Now, he didn't do that when my father was on the television speaking, but my father was different. He was not a typical politician, and neither am I.
Whatever.
I am committed to social and racial justice in the distribution of this vaccine. It will be available as fairly and as quickly as we can make it happen. Race or income will not determine who lives and who dies. And I mean it. And that's why I say to you today that I want to take the vaccine. I move around a lot and come into contact with many people, and I would feel much safer if I took the vaccine. But I will not take the vaccine until the vaccine is available for my group in Black, Hispanic, and poor communities around the state.
Why do they keep saying that? Because it's a Jacob versus Esau thing. That's why they keep doing that. All right? This is why they keep doing it. It's them trying to get the birthright and that blessing back. All right? And it's not going to work. Okay? And it's funny. He said race or income doesn't matter, but I will not get the vaccine until you so-called blacks and you Latinos and those in the poor communities, all right, get it first. Why is it just that group of people? Why is it never Moab, the so-called Chinese? Why is it never Ammon, the so-called Japanese? Why is it never Ishmael, the so-called Arabs? Why is it never them in the equation? It's because, like I said, you are the Israelites. They are the Edomites. All right. Now Cuomo, whatever, man. But but it shows you what a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, and that's this devil, man. He's double-minded. He'll tell you one thing to make it sound good, and then he'll expose himself saying another thing, just like he just said, man. All right, race or income doesn't matter. So why you keep just naming a particular group of people if that doesn't matter? You see? Because it's all snares, man. All right. Let me get what I was gonna get in Revelations 12 and 10. It says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power Yahweh and the power of his Hamashiach Yahushua. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. He's the accuser of our brother, man. He's accusing you for being the number one carrier of the Crown Royal 19. And to anybody that's new, the reason why I'm saying it like that is because they got an algorithm. Just to let you know, they got an algorithm set up. So if you say particular words, they'll take your video down. If not, they'll strike your page. All right? So I'm trying to avoid that. But it says, but he's the accuser of our brother, man. All right? This is what he's doing. Okay? It says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, which is Yahushua, right? And who was the they? The elect. All right? We overcame spiritually, man. All right, we know, okay, who he is and what he's coming with. All right, he can't deceive, like it says, if it were possible, he shall deceive the very elect, meaning he can't deceive the very elect, if it was possible. Why can't he deceive us? Because, and by the word of their testimony, they love not their lives unto death, man. Okay? Because that's going to be coming too. But it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down to you, which the devil means diablos, which is Greek, okay, for deceiver, which he is that deceiver, man. All right? He's locked the whole world down to scare you people with a boogeyman virus, okay? And telling you to hide in your homes, to avoid standing by anybody, to go get tested, all right? This is what he's doing. He's deceived the world to that, man. And he's deceiving a lot of people into getting that vaccine, man. All right? And a lot of people are getting sick off it. All right? It says it come down to you having great wrath because he knoweth they have but a short time. This is why they're doing that, because their time is short, man. And we see it, man. All right? This place is done. All right? This place is through. All right? You got division amongst these Edomites. All right? You got food shortages in America. You have food lines in America. You have debt at an all-time high in America. Eviction crisis. Millions of people going to be evicted in America. All right? America is finished, man. It's no longer that lady of kingdoms like Isaiah 47 chapter say. So this is why they're doing that, man. All right? They're going to do whatever they need to do to prolong their kingdom. And they know, according to the prophecies, that what? Jacob is next in rulership. And they don't want to deal with that, man. All right? So they're going to try to offset the prophecies by killing off Jake, man. That's the whole agenda by it. The Jakes that they don't kill off, all right, they're going to put a chip in you and you're going to be a perpetual slave to them. That's what they want to do. All right? This is the agenda that they're doing right now. This is what you're seeing. This is the Great Reset. People calling it the Great Reset. All right? This is what it is. All right? But he's coming down great wrath, man. All right, don't let them how they speak to you. They speak with a soft voice. They speak to you like they want to help you. It's all BS, man. All right, they coming down great wrath right now, man. And that video with Dabu just showed you, with them COVID camps, that's more proof they coming down with great wrath. All right, this is Revelations 2:10. It says, I started 9 actually. It says, and I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Who is that? That's Amalek, man. All right, Amalek, the so-called Ish people over in Israel. I'm just gonna say it like that, okay? Which the word Ish means to be like, to pertain to. Doesn't mean you are. All right. The Lord knows that they're not the real people. All right. He knows they're just the wicked. They're the Edomites. All right. They're the head of the Edomites. Okay. And he says, but thou art rich. We're rich. Why? Because we have this knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shah. All right. And also the kingdom that's coming, an everlasting kingdom. That's why we're rich. And these Edomites, they know that, man. All right. Everything we finna get, they've been trying to, like these planets, right? They've been trying to search out these different planets, but they weren't able to because that's not their blessing. See? So they try to get rid of Jake so they could get the blessing back. All right? Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil, we know it's a man, Esau, shall cast some of you into prison. All right? These camps, man. All right? That ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, man. All right. The scriptures say, let no man take thy crown, man. All right. This word we got, and that's what Esau wants to do. Esau wants to take your crown from you, man. All right, by putting the vaccine and chipping you. All right. But it says here what? The devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days, meaning a certain amount of days, man. It doesn't literally mean 10 days. All right, that's it. No, it's a certain amount of time, man. All right. However the Lord deems fit the time period you're gonna be in, man. Okay. But this is what they're finna do, man. All right. Those that don't want to take the vaccine, which eventually, like I keep saying, is gonna lead to the RFID chip. All right. You're gonna be considered outcast. You're gonna be considered terrorists. All right. And some of us are gonna be thrown in prison. Some of us, not all of us. Okay. Some of us will be thrown in prison. Okay. That's what this man's finna do. All right, he's finna come after anybody that's not down with his new world order, man. All right, he's gonna fail horribly. Okay. Let me get this. All right. The scriptures also say, "Fear not him that could kill the body," and because some of us will be martyrs. I'm hoping, that I get the powers, man. That Yahweh Shema Shah, Lord Yahweh Ratazah, he gives me that power, man. But if it's my lot that I gotta die for the truth, scriptures say, "Strive on to the truth, on to death, and the Lord shall fight for thee." It is what it is. The Lord gonna be with you in death, man. But real quick, let's get this. All right. This is Psalms 23:1. It says, a Psalm of David, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." All right, because what's happening right now? Esau's causing it with these people. They're losing everything, right? So what are these people doing? They're going to the government. They're relying on the government, okay, for their food. They're relying on the government, all right, for another check, a paycheck. All right? Esau's trying to get these people, okay, to be comfortable with giving them handouts. So when the chip and the vaccine coming, they have a strings tied to it. All right, they can say, all right, if you want us to continue, supporting you, take this. All right? This is what he's doing. But we have Yahweh Shema Shah. We don't want what Esau's offering. Okay? He making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yeah. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, because this is the valley of shadow of death, man. All right? You could die, pumping. You could go to a gas station. All right? Try to pump gas in your car. Somebody could want that same pump you want. An argument could break out. What? That dude could pull out a gun and just shoot you. All right? You get hit by a car, a building could blow up, whatever, man. It's many ways you can die, okay, in America, man, in this system, man. All right? This is the valley of shadow of death right here, because death himself is ruling, okay? Esau, he's death. All right? It says, "And I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over," man. Okay? So the Lord is with us, man. "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever," man. All right? So the Lord is with us, man. We don't care about what Esau fitting to do, man. All right? What Esau gonna do? All right? Real quick. Let's get Isaiah 41. All right. Hold on. Salaki, hold on. All right, back. This is all right. This is Isaiah 41:8. It says, "But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away," man. Are we the Lord's chosen, man? And these other nations, they don't like that, man. All right, they hate that we are the Lord's chosen, man. That they aren't the one, especially Esau, man. All right, this says, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee. Yeah, I will help thee. Yeah, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. And we know who's on the right hand of the Heavenly Father Yahweh is Yahweh Shah, man. All right, Yahweh Shah. That's why I said what, and they were covered with the blood of the Lamb. That's Yahweh Shah, man. All right. It says, "Behold, all," Matthew 26, the 26th chapter tells you that. It says, "Behold, all they that were incensed against thee," meaning who? Who's incensed against us, man? These heathens, man. It's chiefly Esau Edom, man. He's against us, man. All right, he's incensed against us. He's always been incensed against us, man. All right. whenever we was on our way to salvation or on our way, to obtaining, or getting back into power or getting back, under one banner, under Yahweh Shema Shah, who will always intervene? Amalek, Esau will, man. That's why the scriptures say we will have war with Amalek from generation to generation, man. All right, and this is the last time we finna deal with these people, because these people, this is the last time they're coming into power. All right, they're gonna, after this is it. Esau's not rising back into power. Esau is gonna be taken out of power, man. See what I'm saying? He's going into slavery, then he's gonna be annihilated. Okay, after 1,000 years, man. After our kingdom is built, man. All right, this is the last time we're gonna be dealing with these people. But it says, and against these shall be ashamed and confounded, man. And they're ashamed and confounded now because the word has gone out on them. All right, shameful spewing is on these people's glory, man. And he hurt, so he's finna do, basically come down with wrath, man. And really, this is all targeted towards those that have the knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shah. See, Esau, he don't really care about, the vast majority of our people. You see, because he knows he could do whatever he wants with them. They gonna follow him, man. See, it's really the elect and the believers of Yahweh Shema Shah that he's worried about. All right, that's what Matthew the 16th chapter tells you how. It was a great. No, what did it say? He was destroying those that fear the Lord. That's what it said. Salakia. All right, he really wants the elect, man. This says, "Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish," man. All right. So when Esau comes in, even if some of us do get thrown, all right, in these concentration camps, all right, the Lord's gonna be with us, man. The Lord's gonna be with his elect all the way till the end, man. All the way till the destruction of this place, man. All right. There's nothing they can do about it. So Esau thinking he's doing something. All right. It's really he just doing what prophecy told him he was gonna do. That's all he's doing. All right. The Lord's not gonna allow Esau to have his way with his elect, man. It's not going out like that. All right. It says they've had the time to do that, man. This whole time they brought us over here on slave ships and all the way up till now, they've had that chance to just, have their way with us. It's over with. All right. Now we back with Yahweh Shema Shah, and they hurt. Thou shalt seek them, and shall not find them, even them that are contented with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, a thing of naught. Because this is Esau declaring war on the tribes, man. All right. But it says, let me read again. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, a thing of naught. Meaning what? When he comes down with that wrath, all right, he's gonna fail, man. All right. It says, "For I, the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, thy power will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. Fear not thou worm Jacob." All right, because like I say, a worm. All right, I'm gonna see what it says in the blue letter. All right. Let's see what it says. All right, so the worm is Talah. It's not really much here. Here he come pulling up. But there's not really much here. But a worm, it's defenseless, man. Just like a sheep is defenseless. A worm, all it can do is move from point A to point B. You could easily step on a worm, and that's it for it. And that's like the position that we're in as a nation, man. We like that worm, man. We're defenseless. But what do we got? All right, where's our last hope in? All right, Yahweh Shema Shah. Okay? And it says, "Fear not thou worm Jacob, ye men of Israel. I will help thee, said the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains," which the mountains represent these different governments, man, these heathen governments. All right? So it said we're going to thresh them. Let me get that word for thresh. All right? Because in order for the Heavenly Father to make his move, Esau has to make his move. And Esau is getting ready to make his move, man. All right, because he's gonna be torturing people in these prisons. But this is a marag. It says thresher, threshing sledge. Meaning to triturate a threshing sledge, a threshing instrument, man. Basically a weapon. All right. The Lord gonna turn His men into weapons, man. That standard is gonna be lifted, man. All right. Like it says in Isaiah 59:19. It says, and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff, man. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them, and thou shalt rejoice in the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, shall glory in the Holy One of Israel. All right. So that's what's coming, man. When Esau, all right, finally makes his move upon Yahweh Shah's elect, all right, that's when Yahweh Shema Shah is going to make his move. He's going to lift a standard up, man. All right. Those men the Lord is going to give you, because when you go in that word standard, what? It means, I'll get that. I'll just get it, for edification's sake. All right. So we ain't got nothing to worry about, man. All right. Going for myself first and foremost. This is Isaiah 59:19. Let's go there. All right. 18. It says, according to their deeds, accordingly, he will repay fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. All right. To the islands he will repay recompense. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, which we're in the western hemisphere, right? So called, but it says in his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy, when Esau and these other nations, all right, and 2/3, that's with this system. All right, they're gonna be assisting these devils and trapping us up. So come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against them. You're gonna get that word standard, right? All right. Standard is the word nus. It says to flee, escape, to take flight, depart, disappear. All right. To hide. You see right there. The Lord's gonna hide his men. What does it say? And also down here, it says vanish away, subside, escape, chase, impel, deliver, abate, away be, displayed, made, to flee. All right. Put to flight. All right. The Lord's gonna lift that sound. He's gonna give us a way out, man. Psalms 91. A thousand, what did it say? 1,000 shall fall at thy left hand, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but no evil shall come nigh thee. But we shall see the reward of the wicked. All right, because this is for the wicked. Okay, of the 2/3, man. That's really who it's for. It's the judgment of the heathen as well. All right, it's the judgment of Esau, Edom, these other nations, and 2/3 for them being rebellious and not returning back to Yahweh Shema Shah. That's what this is for. It's not for the believers of Yahweh Shema Shah, okay, to basically, push the word out, push the message out, and then Esau comes down, the Lord just give us over into Esau. No, it's not going to work like that. All right? The Lord's going to lift the standard up, man. Whether it's by spiritual power, what I read in Isaiah the 41st chapter, all right, or whether, it's the angels, because Psalms 34:7, even Psalms the 91st chapter says what? For the angel of the Lord encamp around about them that feareth him and delivereth them, man. All right? And you also gonna have the chariots, man, the whirlwind. They're gonna be also assisting and also working on destroying these heathens, man. All right, so a standard will be lifted, and to get one account, with the, let me see. Bear with me. I think it's in the book of Acts. Probably Acts. So I believe it's Acts. I just gotta find it. You know what? Let's get that account with Peter. Alright. Peter. Now you're gonna have martyrs. Alright, but the scriptures also say there be some of you that shall not taste of death till y'all see the kingdom of Yahweh. Alright. We're gonna get Lord willing, I do a topic on that. Alright, the martyrs. We gotta speak about that as well. But trying to find that account where Peter and Herod, when Herod killed James. I'm gonna type that in. Okay, it's Acts the 12th chapter. I figured that. Alright. Because this happened before. It happened to Jeremiah. Jeremiah, he was thrown, in the prison in the mire, And I'm gonna give another one right here. There's been plenty of times you had the Lord's men, they were cast into prison, and the Lord delivered them out of it. This is Acts 12:1. It says, now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church, and he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread, right? And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to the 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him, attending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing. So he was praying to Yahweh Shemel Shah, man, of the church onto Yahweh for him. And when Herod had brought him forth, the same night Peter was sleeping between 2 soldiers, bound with 2 chains, and the keepers before the door kept the prison. And behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him, and a light shined in the prison, and he smote Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, arise quickly. And his chains fell off from his hands. So the angel basically released him, man. All right. And he was in between 2 guards, it said. All right. And the angel said unto him, gird thyself and bind on thy sandals. And so he did. And he said unto him, cast thy garment about thee and follow me. And he went out and followed him, and wist not that it was true, which was done by the angel. But thought he saw a vision. So he was shocked, man. And the angel, not only did the angel release him out of that prison, all right, but it guided him out there. All right, so that's just one account. I'm going to give another one. All right, let me type in earthquakes. So the Lord's going to do the same thing. In order for the Lord to show his power, we have to be, in dire straits. We have to be in a life or death situation. It's going to look like it's impossible to get out of. All right, because if it was possible, if it was a situation where you could get out of it yourself, the Lord can't really show his power. All right, it's not really a miracle. But bear with me. Try to find the other one. All right. Let me try. I'm trying to find that other one. You had the disciples. You had the Sadducees and Pharisees, I believe. Let me just look it up. Obey. Type that in. Okay, let me try Acts the 5th chapter. All right, let's see if it's there. Acts, the 5th chapter. All right. Okay, this is it. This is what I was looking for. I figured it was this chapter. All right, so I'm gonna probably jump because I don't want to, read basically the whole chapter. I just want to get the point out of it. But I'm gonna see where I'm gonna start at. I just started at verse 8. All right. It says, and Peter answered unto her, tell me whether ye sold the land for so much. And she said, yeah, for so much. Then Peter said unto her, how is it that ye have agreed together to tempt the Spirit of the Lord? Behold, the feet of them which had buried thy husband are at the door, and shall carry thee out. Then fell she down straightway at his feet, and yielded up the ghost. And the young men came in, and found her dead, and carrying her forth, buried her by her husband. And great fear came upon all the church, and upon as many as heard these things. And by the hands of the apostles were many signs and wonders wrought among the people, and they were all with one accord in Solomon's porch. And the rest there's no man joined himself to them, but the people magnified them. And the believers were the more added to the Lord, both multitudes, both of men and women. Same thing's happening now. We live in the time of exile right now. All right, believers of Yahweh Shem HaShai being added to the church. That's why more and more of our people know they're Israelites. All right, you got celebrities know it. All right, you got the average Jake in the neighborhood, he knows it. I seen a Jake pull up in my job. He had it on his shirt. You know, so the word is out there. You notice now. Jake thanking you for something. He call you brother now. You see, but it says insomuch that they brought forth the sick into the streets and laid them on beds and couches, that at least the shadow of Peter passing by might overshadow some of them. All right, so they was basically. Let me see. There came also a multitude out of the cities round about unto Jerusalem, bringing forth sick folks and them which were vexed with unclean spirits, and they were healed every one. So also, what? They had powers. They had spiritual powers. They was healing the sick. All right. So what makes you think the Lord's not going to do that again, man? All right. Scripture say, for there is no new thing under the sun. You know. It says, then the high priest rose up, and all they that were with him, which is the sect of the Sadducees, and were filled with indignation. So they were pissed off, man. All right. The so-called high priest, man. You know, they was pissed off at the miracles that, the apostles was doing, man. All right. People were believing on them instead of, all right, what they had going on. Because this was the time of the ancient Roman Empire, man. And they laid their hands on the apostles and put them in common prison. So they threw them in prison. All right. But the angel of the Lord by night opened the prison doors and brought them forth and said, go stand and speak in the temple to the people all the words of this life. All right. So they threw them in prison, and the angels went right and delivered them out of prison. You see? That's the Lord, man. And when they heard that, they entered into the temple early in the morning and taught by the high priest. But the high priest came, and they that were with them, and called the council together, and all the sinners of the children of Israel, and sent to the prison to have them brought. But when the officers came and found them not in the prison, they returned and told, saying, the prison truly found we shut with all safety, and the keepers standing without before the doors. But we had opened, we found no man within. So they saying we had everything on lockdown. We had them in here, but we opened it up. They're not there anymore. You see? That's the Lord. See, the Lord had them, in the predicament where they were led in the basically prison, and he delivered them out of it. All right. And it says, now when the high priest and the captain of the temple and the chief priests heard these things, they doubted of them whereunto this would grow. All right. So they didn't want this to get out, that they got out, Then came one and told them, saying, behold, the men whom he put in prison are standing in the temple and teaching the people. Then went the captain with the officers and brought them without violence, for they feared the people lest they should have been stoned. All right. And when they had brought them, they set them before the council, and the high priest asked them, saying, did not we straightly command you that you should not teach in his name? And behold, ye have filled Jerusalem with your doctrine, and intend to bring this man's blood upon us. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey Yahweh rather than men. That's the same mindset we have to have, man. When Esau come with his Maxine, his chip, whether he tells you, all right, look, you're not working no more. You don't want to take the Maxine, or you don't want to take the chip. All right, you're fired. All right, you don't want to take it. Don't come to my grocery stores. You don't want to take it. All right, you're not traveling then. All right, when he comes with that, fuck it. Excuse my language, but just gotta be like that. You gotta be in the mindset. All right, so what? Because you taking that, you obeying men. All right, you obeying Esau, and the scripture said he's the devil. All right, the scripture said he's going down. All right, and the scriptures, whatever what he got coming was the Maxine and the chip. That's against Yahweh Shema Shah, man. All right, so we obey Yahweh rather than men, man. To hell with your Maxine, to hell with his chip. That's the mindset you have to have, man. And the Lord's gonna fight for you, man. Just like he did for Peter, and he did for the apostles in this instance, man. All right, they were fighting for the Lord, pushing the word out. All right, to our people. Okay, you had people that wanted to. At this time, this was wicked Israelites. You had the righteous Sadducees and Pharisees. You had the wicked Sadducees and Pharisees. But you always had somebody that was against, Yahweh Shema Shai, man, and they would try to offset the prophecies. But what would happen? The men that they would try to do that to, that the Lord was dealing with, the Lord delivered them, and eventually something happened to those particular men that tried to do that. It's the same thing with Esau, man. All right. So let's get one more account of that Sirach, the second chapter. Let's get that. This is the God we serve, man. Okay, the scriptures say for what many things is impossible with man, but with the Most High anything is possible. It went like with man anything. Let me just get it because I'm butchering it. I'll get that right quick. Salaki, I'm all over the place. All right. But that Matthew 17:20 is also good. It says, all right, this is Luke 18:27 says, he said, the things which are impossible with men are possible with Yahweh. All right, we serve a power that could do anything. We serve the creator of everything you see. All right, he created Esau. All right, the Lord created everything. This is the God we serving, man. You see, these people out here, they're not serving the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, they serving something else, man. They serving false gods, man. All right, that's why the scriptures say, and see if your gods will deliver you in these times, man. Speaking to our people that's mixed up in these different doctrines, man. All right, they're going to find out that those gods that they serve, that they're not the true power, man. There's one God, man, and it's Yahweh, man. All right. But anyway, let's get that Sirach, and I'll probably end it. All right, this is Sirach. This is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 2:1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, prepare thy soul for temptation. All right, because we're in a time now where this man, he's really coming down rough now. All right, he's going to probably put the squeeze on you to force you to bow down to his newer order. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. All right, when this man tell you can't work or you can't you basically can't live, which we're not living in this system anyway. This system is death. All right, and he tells you can't do particular things. Don't make haste, to be comfortable like the rest of these people, and take it because you want to get that back, man. That lifestyle back, like the scriptures say. Remember Lot's wife, man. She looked back. All right, they were told to flee. Sodom and Gomorrah. What happened? Because she had particular things. She had particular goodies. She was setting that setting. She looked back. What happened? She turned to a pillar of salt. A lot, and 2/3 of our people, that's what they're gonna do. They're doing it right now. All right. Look at every time the stimulus check that runs out. What are they doing? They begging the government for more and more money. All right. And Esau likes that. Esau wants him to do that. All right. So when he implements what he's about to implement, they're gonna be all for it. Just like in Genesis, the 47th chapter, when that famine had hit. All right. What were those people doing? They sold their land, they sold their cattle, they sold everything they had, and when they no longer had anything to sell, what did they do? They sold themselves. Basically, they sold themselves as slaves, man. All right? But it says, cleave on to him, who? Yahweh Shema Shai, depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Just like those men. Those two accounts I got, the apostles and Peter, man. All right? What did they do? They didn't depart from the Lord, man. When Peter got thrown into prison, did he say, all right, I quit, I'm done? No, he prayed to Yahweh Shema Shai. All right? And what happened? He was increased at his last day. He got delivered. So did those apostles, man. There's plenty of accounts, all right, on that, man. Apostle Paul, you know, when he was on that ship, all right, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient, all right, which is long suffering, man. Suffering, right? When thou art changed to a lower state, you know, some of us, once again, you might lose your job, which that's a domino effect. You lose your job, right? So you can't pay bills, you can't buy food, you know. So, you get what I'm saying? You know? So a lot of us going to be in a lower state, but the Lord got us. You know, we got to have what? Faith. They Yahweh Shem HaShai got us, and I'm going to get that. But it says, for Yahweh, for gold, Salaki, is tried on the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. All right? Another prime example there with our forefather Abraham, right? What did the Lord have Abraham do? The Lord asked Abraham to sacrifice, you know, Isaac. You know? He was testing to see if he would do it if he really believed in the Lord, man, Yahweh. And right when he's about to do it, what did the Lord do? He told the angel to stop him. All right, because the Lord was trying him to see if, you know, he really believed or not. You know, and it says, believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way of right and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord Yahweh Shem HaShai, wait for his mercy and go not aside lest ye fall. All right. Ye that fear the Lord will believe him, and your reward shall not fail, man. All right, what's that reward? It's going to be that hedge from Yahweh Shem HaShai. You know, the Lord's going to supply us with food. The Lord's going to supply us with shelter. All right. The Lord going to supply us with power to protect ourselves, whether it's giving us power or whether he had those angels that's around us, all right, protecting us, or the chariots, man. All right, the Lord's going to take care of all that. And not only that, but what? This man goes down, we're going to be in the kingdom, you know? We're going to have new bodies. We're going to have, you know, a lot of wives, a lot of kids, you know, a kingdom made of gold, precious stones. We're going to have all that, you know? That's what we got come to see. It's a hereafter. That's the thing. 2/3 of our people are going to take this thing. Lord willing, I don't. All right, I say Lord willing because a man's going is of the Lord. All right, Lord willing, I don't. But the reason why 2/3 is going to take this chip, not only to prolong their life, all right, but they think America is the end all be all. This is the best it gets. This is not the best it gets. This is actually the worst it gets. All right, America is the worst thing going, man. All right. It says, ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shem HaShai, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shem HaShai, and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear, was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? I just read you two scenarios, man. Peter, all right, and those apostles at the time, man. All right. They feared Yahweh. What they do is say, we obey Yahweh rather than man. You know, and what did the Lord do? He delivered them. All right. Now, if they would have had that Judas spirit on them, you know, they'd have looked back. If they, like the scriptures say, any man that taketh hand off the plow and looketh back is not fit for the kingdom, then the Lord would have despised them. The Lord wouldn't have delivered them. The Lord would have actually destroyed them. You see? But it says, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction. And we're in a time right now of affliction, man. This man literally wants to kill us, man. All right? He wants to destroy us. We know what he's doing. Through spirit and power, Yahweh Shem HaShai, we know what he's finna do. Because we've been prophesying about it. We've been telling him, all right, look, you finna come out with great rival. You finna throw people in prisons. You know, concentration camps. You know? We've been telling him he's going to do it. He's doing it. Because he's bound to prophecy just like we bound to prophecy. Esau ain't doing nothing on his own case. Woe be to the fearful... Salakia. Woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands and the sin that go 2 ways. Meaning, you try to go some other way, man. You know, like these jakes. In fact, all right, what do? They set up their own little so-called black militia, all right, to try to take down this government, which it was a setup, you know. They try to go some other way, man. They didn't want to wait upon the Lord. What happened to him? Now, Grandmaster Jay, he in jail, all right. A lot of dudes that was in that march got shot up by their own men. All right, gun accidentally went off. You know, you see that Evite, that so-called black woman, that Judite woman, down in Nashville. Look what happened to her. She took the vaccine and now she got Bell's palsy. Half her face is paralyzed. You see, that's because they try to go some other way. All right. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended. All right. Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will you do when the Lord shall visit you? They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep all his ways. Keep his ways. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. They that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight. Alright, even that means you gotta lose everything, even your life. Alright, because some men will be martyrs, which Lord willing I do a video on it. Alright. Saving we will not fall into the hands of the Lord, saying Shalaki. Saying we will fall into the hands of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, not to the hands of men. Alright, Esau is just a mortal man. Esau is not God. He wants to put in people's mind frame that he is God. And a lot of people really do believe he's God. But we know he's not God. He's just a man. He was set up by Yahweh Shemashah. And Yahweh Shemashah is going to take him down as he's doing now. Alright? For as his majesty is, so is his mercy. Alright? So this is the mindset we have to have, man. We're going to be, alright, man. Alright? So if they come with what they about to come with, let them come. You know? Because Esau, according to prophecy, he's not going to win. He's going to lose. Everything he's about to do is going to backfire. He's going to lose. Alright? He's going to lose horribly. Okay? He's just doing, alright, what the Heavenly Father had put in the prophecy to do. Alright? The call halal la Yahweh by Shema Shah, Yahweh Ratazah. This was edifying. Baba Kasha, Baba Bo, Baba Bo, Baba Ha Ayapia, Baba Ha Ayapia. Shalom to the elect. Shalom also to you few Akwaf that do listen, learn, believe, endure. Alright, Hawad, Hayah, La Yahweh by Shema Shah. And Shalom.